What's up, YouTube? It's Nate. It's been a minute. I just got back from the beach, but I had this box waiting for me. I'm gonna make a video, show you how to install it, and then talk about what it's used for and what it's not used for. So, here we go. All right, so let's open this box up. Now, I opened this beforehand, and I kind of threw everything back in there. When they shipped it to me, it was very well organized. Everything was in separate categories. But as you can see here, this is the company, Muted Plate. Bet you have an idea of what that means, but I'm going to show you anyway. So, when you open it up on the top here, you have what appears to be this tinted license plate cover. But you'll notice that you have some wires coming out the back of this. So, what this is, you ever heard of PDLC glass, smart glass? It's a polymer diffused liquid crystal. So what that means is, I guess there's crystals in here, and when you run an electric current through it, you can actually change the alignment. So it'll go from translucent to opaque. So essentially, when you turn it on, your plate will be muted. Okay? I'm gonna go into a disclaimer right now. Guys, this is only for off-road use, okay? Off-road use only, car shows. Don't put this on, don't turn it on and drive around at night, running from the police. Don't put it on and run through tolls. This is for car shows only. And the reason I'm getting this is because I have another plate that goes in my trailer for photos. And I really don't like when my license plate is on there. That just sounds like bullshit, but it's not, I swear to God. I take my license plate off because it's ugly. It's a Pennsylvania plate, it's blue and yellow. I have a nice one that has my Instagram etched into it. So I usually swap them out, but it's a lot to do. So I figured if I just put this on and it blacks out the plate completely, it'll look better in photographs. I don't have to like Photoshop it out of there either, okay? So this is the plate. And you have what appears to be like a little control box. This hooks up to the battery. I have some of this stuff connected already. You get an extension wire, little clicker for on and off, and then a LED indicator. So when you activate it and the plate is muted, this lights up red so you know it's on, okay? It also has a cigarette lighter adapter. I was sent this extension cord. So this is a longer one just in case you need some more wire. You have instructions right here, and then the back of the plate, and just some mounting hardware as well. So let's install it. All right, guys, so here's the license plate I was talking about. It's got my Instagram on it. As you can see, this is the ugly blue and white one. I know I said it's a lot of work, you know, taking this off, but what people don't realize is that it's only 2 screws here, but this bumper, since this is the panel that slides out, it's only held together by these screws and these pins in the back of those actuators there, okay? So the license plate is what actually keeps this tight up against the actuator ends and holds the pins in place. So when I take this off, I run the risk of having these pop out and potentially damaging this panel. So I really don't like taking this off more than I have to, but I really do like this plate, but unfortunately you have to have it registered. So I figured that this plate would be a good option just to see what it does, and I can turn it on right from here and do the photos. All right, so first thing we gotta do is just take off this license plate. See what I mean? There. All right, got the plate. I'm gonna clean it a little bit. Okay. Look at that. Don't know what that is. All right, so now the plate's clean. I believe we just put it through here, and it mounts like normal. I lost my screws. 1 second. So, maybe they just go in here like normal. And I'm not going to make it too tight because I believe that this slides in there, and then these wires actually go in and come out the back. So let's just see if I'm right. Because you can't put the screws on with this cover on there. All right, so that looks like it's right. I'm just going to have to tuck this in the back somehow. I mean, I could have it at the bottom. I'm going to have to figure this out. Give me a second. Tucks in there. Tucks in like that. Okay. Tighten this screw a little more. That is tight. So just press this down here. Okay. Now that is on. The nice thing about mine though is I can actually pull that wire through on this side through the air suspension display. So if you have a single piece bumper, might be a little harder. I just want to make sure that wire's not kinked. Looks like it's fine. Okay. All right, so that is on there, and the wire is fed through. Okay. How does that look? That's dark. So, like I said, the one thing I don't like about tinted license plate covers is they just look like you're asking for trouble. This is definitely dark. I may build a box that encases this and run some LEDs on the inside that are on that lighten it up a bit. But that's dark. But anyway, that'll be another time. I'm probably gonna do that. I mean, that's very dark. I mean, I've never been stopped with this trailer. I have a buddy that has a trailer like this, and he doesn't even run a plate on his, and he's never had a problem. You know, but I feel like doing this and putting on something that's tinted like that makes it look like you're just asking for trouble. I mean, it looks good on there. I can't wait to turn it on and see what it does. But now what I have to do is I have to take out this piece here and then gain access to the battery and then start running some wires. Another thing I gotta keep in mind is I gotta have enough slack in these wires here coming up so that I can continue to use the display case for the air suspension. So I don't want the wires to be too tight. I think they should be fine. All right, let's lift that up. Let's move some of this stuff. I got all my camping stuff in here. Like I said, I just got back from the beach. All right, so there's that. Here's the battery. Okay, so it's fairly simple. You know what I could do? I have a switch underneath here that has a positive and a negative. That's for the red LEDs that are behind in the display box here. I could just run the power off of that, so whenever I flip the switch in the back here, it turns it on. Then I wouldn't even need the remote that they gave me. But let's just see how this works. So like I said, they give you a little diagram here. Am I recording? Let me make sure I'm still recording. Yes, I am. Okay. So it shows you here, you can use a 12 volt. We're not going to do that. We're going to use this one that just hardwires right into the battery, which is this little guy. 2 little wires, a little box, and some extension wire. So this will come in handy when plugging in the plate because it's long enough. I don't have to worry about snagging it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run these wires first. This is usually just how I do stuff. So we have enough here. Now this goes to the plate, right? This one here is what goes to the indicator to turn it on and off. Okay, so I have a longer extension for that one. But I just want to get this hooked up and test it without tangling this all up. Give you a lot of wire and see what this looks like. So let's see. So this is gonna go better angle here as to what I'm doing. You're probably not gonna be able to see. I mean, it's just a red and black wire. You just hook it up, obviously positive and negative. Okay. So I'm gonna run this control box through. Here with the wires coming out with enough room to do some stuff with. Then I have to tuck this wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually tuck this. I'm going to open this. Nice thing is I have a hole here already for the license plate lights coming through. So I can just run this right through this grommet here. Look at that. Easy. And it's plugged in. Done. So that's plugged in. Let me see how far this goes out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna run it through this bracket here. I have this little bracket that kind of holds wires. Let's see if I can get that through there without messing this up. Come on. There we go. So that's nice. So check this out. So just came right through this grommet here, right through this little bracket that I had here to hold some wires, and right to the license plate. This is fully extended, so there's, you know, slack. And like I said, I'm probably gonna pull this closer, just so that way it's not sticking out the bottom. Maybe I'll zip tie these together, so that way when I close it, it's not dangling there. So let's wire it up to the battery and test it. Okay. So it is all hooked up. It's a lot darker on camera. Now all I have to do is plug this in. This is the I guess the receiver with the LED indicator with the on-off light. So I have to plug that into the control box, just down here. Okay, so that's plugged in, and this should have power. So let's see what happens. Wow. That's crazy. That is dark. I can't even see that. Wow, look at that. I mean, come on, just from a car show perspective, that is clean. Man, that looks good. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's dark. All right, guys, so that is the muted plate, license plate cover install. Say goodbye to the ugly license plates and having to Photoshop them out in photos. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if this is something you want to get. I can send you a link. Disclaimer, guys, don't use this on the road. Please don't. This is not for hiding your plate from law enforcement, tolls, cameras. This is for off-road use only, car shows, photography stuff. Okay, so don't use this driving down the road. I'm gonna mount the indicator in the back here, so it can only be turned on from the back when I'm at it. But yeah, let me know what you think. If I had to be critical and I had to give some complaints, my only complaint is that it's dark, even when it's not muted. It's dark. It's a dark cover. I mean, that looks darker than some of the other covers I've seen on the road. And like I said, from like someone who's in law enforcement might see that and just think that I'm just trying to be up to no good. That's my only complaint. So like I said, I'm probably gonna make another video. I'll probably build a box that holds that with lights on the inside that light up the plate behind the frame. And then when I turn the lights, when I mute it, it turns the lights out too. So that's completely dark. So that'll probably be a project for another time. I wanted to do an install of what was included on the box. So let me know what you guys think of this.